channel. My name is Emily, aka WanderBlush, here on YouTube. And today I am here to talk to you guys, give you a little bit of an update from my previous Accutane story. If you want to watch that story, I will put a card here. I think this is the correct way, just to point. If not, it'll be there. It'll be around. So I highly suggest that you watch that first and then you watch this next. And I also have a video on the products that I used. Alright, the products that I used while I was on Accutane. Full disclosure, putting it out there, I am not a doctor, I am not an expert. I am just one person who is telling you about my experience and what I went through while I was on Accutane. I talked about this in my previous video. Just this video in particular is about the after and how life is and what my skin is doing now and the side effects that I experienced while I was on Accutane, what it is like now. Finished Accutane, I think I finished Accutane in March. It is now July. So yeah, I just figured I would sit down and talk with you since my video has gotten over 12,000 views and so many questions and so many comments down below. Thank you so much for commenting on that. I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up and, you know, any comments down below just to keep the conversation open. Again, I'm not a doctor. Most people who comment are not doctors as well, so don't take anybody's, you know, word as law, but we're just keeping an open conversation about things and we're just talking about our experiences because I searched YouTube as my source of hearing different people's stories while they were on Isotretinon or Accutane. Just highly suggest that you research before you make your final decision. Accutane is a very, very serious drug, as I spoke in my last video. You cannot get pregnant while you are on it. There are all these precautions that you have to take. You cannot get someone pregnant while you're on it. That is also for the guys out there. It's not all the girls that have to figure it out. The guys can't. Alright, you get it. Talk to your doctors. Keep an open line of communication there. So it's been, I don't know how many months it is since April, you know, just living my life. So probably the biggest thing that I've experienced since Accutane has completed is my skin. My skin really has never been better. I rarely get breakouts. I'll get maybe 1 or 2 pimples every so often. I do get breakouts though if I try a product that has highly perfumed or highly potent with some sort of chemical in it. There was one day I made a huge mistake one day in when I was getting together makeup materials for a project that I was working on, and I wanted to get alcohol so I could sanitize products. Stupidly, I did not dilute the alcohol and I applied it directly to my face, and a couple days later I just had a breakout, and I still have a little bit of after effects of that. I think I just damaged it because my skin was very delicate. It was right at the end of Accutane, if not I had just finished, so I kind of hurt my skin a little bit that way, but it's gone down significantly since then. So don't do that. Don't, you know, I've just continued to use really gentle products on my skin. I've stayed very, very true to using first aid beauty products. I highly suggest using them while you are on, if you are on Accutane, or if your skin is just super sensitive. There's no perfumes. Nothing has felt so harsh on my skin while using their products, so I highly suggest using them. I think they're great for Accutane. Other people that have come to me for advice have in turn used the first aid beauty line and they have also seen results and have been happy with it. But my skin really has become so much clearer since using Accutane, and Accutane was literally my last choice. It was like I didn't know what else to do. But this was my last effort and it's really worked and I'm really, really pleased with it. I hope that my skin continues to stay good. I mean, obviously your skin, I've heard that a statistic like your skin changes like, what is it, every 7 years, Lex? 7. Every 7 years. So I'm hoping that in the next round of what my skin is going to do that it stays somewhat clear, because I've never seen results like this in my life and I'm very, very pleased. But you know, I still do have some negative effects that have nothing that's too influential on my life in terms of what my skin has been. I mean, I love going without makeup most days. I feel great, I feel good in my skin, I don't need makeup. If anything, what I don't like is the bags under my eyes, so I'll put a little concealer to cover up dark circles. But in terms of what my skin is like, I love not wearing makeup. Today I'm wearing a lot. I'm going to the YouTube space tonight, so I wanted to look for anything. I'm gonna insert some footage right here. I won't use my iPhone, so I'll try to film maybe like a couple of minutes of just like looking in front of the camera tomorrow morning before I put on any makeup before work. I really go sans makeup a lot of as often as I can, and I like it. I like being able to just wear my face and not to put things on top of it, and I feel confident in my skin, which is the main goal of why I went on Accutane to begin with. I even submitted for auditions with pictures of me without any makeup on, because they're like, we want to see what your face looks like without anything and without any makeup or anything professionally done. I sent in my Accutane, like my post-Accutane pictures, and I feel great and I feel good about what I've sent. I haven't heard back from them, but I was just like, I'm doing this. I feel strong in my skin and I love it. Scarring. I had a lot of acne scarring, come to think of it, like on my forehead. I still have some on my upper lip, because I would break out a lot, like right around, it was really gross, like right near my lips and stuff like that. It made me so self-conscious. I still do have a little bit of scarring around here, like, because I would break out a lot, like kind of where my phone would rest, because there's so many bacteria and just gross things on your phone. And so I do have a little bit of scarring left in them, but it really feels like it's faded a lot. And in the summer and then whenever I'm in the sun, I try to wear SPF as much as possible. Being on Accutane not only has made me be more aware of sunscreen and protecting my skin, but it makes me feel like I want my skin to look this good for as long as possible. I don't want wrinkles. I don't want dark spots to get darker. Some people say like, ooh, going out in the sun will be great for your skin. It's not. It makes your scars darker. It highlights them more. Yeah, it gives you like a nice bronze, but at the end of the day, the sun is really not good for your skin, especially if you're not protecting it. So always make sure that you have at least, I mean, I say 50, but at least 30 SPF every day. I'm bad at it every day because I'm in an office and I feel like, oh, I don't need to wear it, but I should be. Emily, this is for you as well as my subscribers. Wear the SPF as often as possible on your hands, on your face, everywhere. Okay, so a negative that is still around, or it has kind of developed since being on Accutane, and I'm trying to figure out ways to combat it. Although my skin is very clear, my skin looks dull and flat. I just don't feel like I have a lot of plumpness look to my skin. I get oily in my T-zone and stuff like that, which can highlight your face, but it just doesn't kind of have that youthful like plumpness to it, or just kind of like that inner glow. I don't think I have that, and I don't know if I've ever really had that. I'm trying to figure out how I can create that now on my face. So yeah, I've been using highlighters for as long as I, have been really using YouTube. And the one I'm using today, I mean, I'm using the one I've always, this is my MAC Soft and Gentle. I just feel like my skin is just like two-dimensional and I wanted it to become three-dimensional. So I'm trying some primers out that are meant to kind of give you that glow from within. I have been asked if Accutane created wrinkles on my face or fine lines. I don't know. I don't know what my skin was doing. It's like hard for me to remember what my skin was doing before. I definitely feel like underneath my eyes, it's such a tender spot. I feel like it's even more tender now in terms of I do get dark circles, lack of sleep and being hydrated. And I do feel like things get, like product gets kind of caught in a fine line. So I'm trying to really hydrate. I'm trying to really, I mean, we all know the struggle is real to drink water because so many things taste good when they're salty. But yeah, it's definitely a process. I'm trying to just figure out in my budget what I can afford to feel my best, and the products that I'm using underneath my eyes is something that I'm trying to figure out. So if anyone has any suggestions for that down below, leave me some comments. So something that happens when you're on Accutane is that you're very, very dry everywhere. I got some kind of white spots on my arms and stuff like that, just from kind of like an eczema type of thing. White spots I haven't noticed them, so I think they've gone away. Of course, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt today. But yeah, I think they've gone away. I do have little dots though, kind of not pimples, but just kind of bumps. And my mom said, she's like, that's kind of like an eczema. It's kind of developed like an eczema-esque reaction on my skin that hasn't gone away. I might have always had it and it's just kind of been highlighted more since I'm very aware of what my skin does now. yeah, it's fine. I don't really mind it. It's not something so like strange. If it gets worse, I'll see a dermatologist, but I don't think I'll have to. My lips. So when I was on Accutane, I discussed how my lips were always very, very chapped, and I got that like weird line whenever I would wear the white trash line, as I called it. Whenever I would wear lipstick with high pigment. My lips have definitely changed since Accutane. They're not as dry anymore. They do not peel. They do not, like, all of that process wrapped up probably 2 months, completely got better once the winter months were done. So really maybe like 2.5 months post Accutane, my lips felt like they were getting back to normal. Since I peeled a lot near the edges of my lips, it did create a bit of scarring, so I don't really have a straight line in my lips, so I always feel like my lips don't look as great as I want them to when I'm wearing lip liner and stuff, because the lining of, like the actual lining of my lips and the pigmentation of my actual lips is different now. I mean, concealer does wonders, so it really helps me create the lines on my lips that I want. It helps me to create the shape that I want. I mean, just like anyone would create a Kylie Jenner lip, I kind of can do that with my lower lip as well to create a better line for something that I want. Flexibility wise, I'm still building my flexibility again. I got very, very stiff when I was on Accutane. My shoulders, my legs, just my knees would hurt more than they often do. Again, I work at an office a lot. I'm on a computer a lot. I am hunched over a lot wearing a backpack. So there's a lot of other factors that went into it. And being on Accutane didn't help with that inflexibility. It's not like, I mean, I don't go to dance classes every day, or yoga every day, so my flexibility naturally is going to go down. I'm working on that. I'm doing like yoga at night. I'll just try to stretch it out. I do Pilates to help me kind of stretch it out. Whenever I can, I stretch. My hair. So wonderfully, when I was on Accutane, I did not have to really wash my hair more than once, maybe twice a week if I was feeling sassy. I just didn't have to, and it was amazing. And I could style my hair any way I wanted. I finally was able to style it the way like I've seen people style it, because I always had texture. In terms of oil, my skin and my hair is pretty much gone back to the way it was. But I mean, I'm not breaking out like I did with the oil, so I'm okay with the oil on my face, because in time, I will truly appreciate that oil. Like, if you produce a lot of oil, that means you're really not gonna have wrinkles, or as many wrinkles, or as early as some people do. It definitely helps in that department. But with my hair, I probably have to wash it. I should wash it like every other day. I try to stretch it out to 3 days, but even, I mean, it's back to the way it was in terms of like, I just produce a lot of oil in my hair, so there's only so much that dry shampoo can do. So I really try to stretch it out for as long as possible. I mean, I curled it, I washed it today and I curled it, and it already, like, it just, I feel like it's already not doing what I want it to do. Let's talk about some serious side effects that have come back in, and I'm not gonna go fully in depth because I don't think it's necessary, and it was my personal journey, but I mean, I'll put it this way: I was never put in danger. I was never at a point where I totally felt like I was at a loss. I needed, like I needed to be hospitalized or anything like that. But I will say, some of the side effects are depression, anxiety. Some people have experienced suicidal thoughts. I don't know if there have ever been any situations to which people have gone through with their suicidal thoughts. I am not aware of them. If you want to find that out, go look it up. If you are on Accutane and you're feeling alone, if you're feeling totally at a loss that you can't talk to anybody, call a hotline. Like, please, like, stop watching this video and list that below. I will leave it here. Please do not watch this video anymore. Go get help. I'm not saying that I got to that point. What I'm saying is that I definitely experienced a spike in my emotional level. And there's part of me now that I think to myself, was it worth it? Was the Accutane worth it? Yes, it was worth it in terms of what I've gained in terms of physical confidence. My skin feels better. I feel more comfortable in my skin, but I'm still dealing with a lot of other shit, basically. I've had anxiety, like kind of onset anxiety. I've had panic attacks for a couple of years now. Nothing too much that it has really prevented me from going out of my apartment or going out of not going to class, when I was at school. I just developed anxiety, and I think a lot of it's environmental. I think a lot of it is onset, just like things that wouldn't normally get to other people. But like, I'll check a stove multiple times. I'll check the door that like 1,000 times because I don't know, there's something in my head that always thinks if something happens, I don't want it to be my fault. So I want to know that I've checked things 1,000 times so I know that it was not me. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I am my own worst critic. I am at a kind of a crossroads in my life in terms of what I've kind of set out my life to do, in terms of where my life is actually going. And if you talk to anybody in their mid-20s, they're going through the same thing. So there's a lot of emotional things that I was previously going through and continue to go through while I was on Accutane. So I think Accutane itself spiked those emotional levels that I had. I'm an overthinker. I'm one of these people that thinks about the worst thing that could happen in any easy situation. And it's not giving myself enough credit for who I am. And you know what? Like, I'm not gonna go into, like, this isn't a therapy session for me, but I just want anyone who's watching this who might be experiencing that too, going through it in their mid-20s, or I mean, so many people go on Accutane when they're in their teens. I don't highly suggest that, just because your teenage years are so hard to begin with that putting an extra level of this medication on top of it could be really, really hard. But again, keep an open line of communication with someone. You know, I wasn't that open with my doctor because I didn't truly trust my doctor in terms of, I think he just kind of wanted to sign the prescription and send me out. And a lot of doctors are like that, especially if you go to, like, in New York, that's where my doctor was from, and that's kind of was his attitude, because not that he didn't care, but like he does this all the time. So he signs the prescriptions for Accutane all the time, so he's used to it. When I'm the person that I guess I just need a little bit more tending to in bedside manner. But I don't know how many dermatologists actually give a crap in terms of that. But you know, I found other people to talk to. I would talk to my boyfriend all the time. Like, I filled him in on everything, just how I was feeling, what I was going through. I talked to my friends. Like, my parents were always there for me, just letting me talk. And I'll even say it, I'm not ashamed, I've gone to go speak to someone professionally because I needed that. You know, sometimes friends and family can only do so much, even though they try so hard. It's just hard to get out what you need to say without any judgment, because that's how, you know, human beings it's just a normal thing that human beings do, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you know, sometimes you need to seek out help from someone who doesn't know you, doesn't have to like you, but they're just there to listen and to maybe help you guide yourself on a way that's better for you. The person I go speak to, as soon as I told her I was on this for some time, I was happy I was off it at that time, because she thought I was at a place emotionally where I really shouldn't be on it. So maybe I should have gone off it sooner. It happened, it's done, I'm fine, I'm safe. That's my own experience. That's why I highly suggest constantly talk to people, constantly keep yourself in check with your own emotional level, because if you feel like, you know, everybody has their off days, everybody gets sad, everybody gets slightly depressed if you're going through something that's really hard or stressful. Most people have anxiety. Like, let's put it out there, we live in a very crazy world. Most people have anxiety because they're afraid of what the world is. That's normal. But if you feel like you can't get out of bed, if you feel like you cannot see the hope in anything, like literally anything, go find help. Get off this drug, go find help. Not to end on a down note, but I think that's all I have to say. I feel great in terms of my skin. I am on a journey of life. So that, guys, that is it for my update as of right now. If there's anything that I left out, I'll try to leave it in the comment bar below. Again, I will link the other videos that I created for Accutane. I will link the I Pledge website if you're on Accutane, and if you're not on Accutane, you won't know about it, but if you are, you know I Pledge. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, my Twitter, Instagram. It is Emily_Spataford. You can find me there. We can hang out. We can chat. You're getting closer and closer to 500 subscribers. So every day I wake up to another subscriber and I get really, really happy. So please keep subscribing. Keep sharing this with your friends and your family. If you want your family, it's like, Grandma, don't watch this random girl. Like, it's fine. But that is all I have for you guys today, so I hope you like this video, and thumbs up it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys, peace, love, subscribe, bye.
Oh my god, such relief. Oh, so foul. Research, research, research. Talk to your daughter.